Thank you, Jocelyn, for the rose. Military pull in place on average takes about a year to get approved. So get this, yeah, I just got removed from the kindergarten parent group chat of my kids' elementary school because one of the parents is a news reporter and was like, hey, do you guys have any charities that I could report on? Because y'all are really charitable. And I was like, actually, yes. All the non-for-profit organizations who just got funding cut from them, who help out unaccompanied minors. No one responded and I get removed from the group chat. They welcome to Texas. All for doing that. Isn't that crazy? But if you guys want to help, donate to the ACLU and Acacia, and any non-for-profit organizations that help unaccompanied minors. Yeah, that's what we deal with. Like the school, there's a lot that our kids go to is public, but it's very Trumpy. And like the parents, I think my kid is the only Latino in that school. And the parents like don't even acknowledge my husband when he drops the kids off. Like they don't even say hi to him. And they definitely don't like me, and apparently it's because I'm a Democrat. Like, that's the only reason why my kid doesn't get invited to stuff. Isn't that crazy? Like, welcome to Texas. So, really, really glad we're leaving. Let's see. Like, welcome to Texas. So, really, really glad we're leaving. Let's see. Really cool. There's a lot of blue states with a lot of governors who are like very pro-immigrants. Like they're like the state of Washington, Maine. The governor of Maine is awesome. California, Oregon, Denver is really cool. Massachusetts, like they are standing up to Trump. Like sanctuary states will protect their immigrants. Like it is, if you can live in one of those states, I definitely recommend it. Okay. Waiting for my U visa and receive my 4-year work permit. Should I renew my DACA? You should absolutely keep renewing your DACA until you get a green card. I hope your son gets invited anywhere. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, he's on the spectrum, and it's just hard. Like when you're an autism mom, like you're just so worried. And now I'm worried about like racism and my son getting bullied because he's in a school with a lot of like MAGA kids, and it's just gross. You just don't think that you'll actually go through this in 2025, but then you live in Texas where a lot of people don't leave and they're proud of that. Like this is the South though. Like they brag about not leaving. And when you're proud of not leaving somewhere and becoming educated in culture, like that's a problem. You're not going to be an interesting person to be around. Let's see. Does having a bona fide U visa protect me? So some of the bona fides do protect you. When you got your bona fide determination request, you got a work permit, and sometimes they state like deferred action, which means protection from getting deported. I will still have my office in Dallas. Do not worry. I help people no matter where I live, all over, all 50 states. Let's see. New Mexico, I think, is not sanctuary, but they're more left, so I think you can be okay in New Mexico. I definitely want to live in Arizona, though. Virginia, probably not. Virginia is like 1,000 years behind time, so I doubt that would be a safe place to live. Idaho, definitely not. They have some anti-immigration bills that are not great. So the American Dream and Promise Act has to be assigned to a committee, and when it is, I'll definitely keep you posted, and then it'll be introduced and voted on. It's a whole process. My friend is about to deliver in May. She's here on H-1B. Will her baby be granted citizenship? Yes, because Trump has failed to revoke birthright citizenship. Okay, let's see. Is it a good time to get naturalized? Absolutely. Absolutely. Good time to get status. Did you say we can renew if we didn't for DACA? So if you haven't renewed on time for a DACA and it's been more than a year in between renewals, that is treated as a new application, which is not being accepted right now. Thank you, A. Sanchez, for all the roses. Good makeup. Usually, how long does consular processing take? Average 5 years right now. I imagine it'll take longer because Trump just fired half the government. So there's that. How can everyday people do to help? What is going on right now? That's such a great question. Sorry, I'm so dehydrated. My doctor told me to drink more of these because who has time to drink water? So in order to help, what we need is ACLU and non-for-profit orgs that help immigrants, unaccompanied minors, they need funding because the government is likely to cut funding from some of those, right? ACLU, obviously, private donations, but also reaching out to non-for-profit organizations, reaching out to your congressmen and your senators and telling them to advocate for certain bills. So immigration bills, I will post on all the time, but for the American Dream and Promise Act, call them and tell them to represent it. I'm working with different congressional representatives. I'm working with something with Jasmine right now for more pathways to citizenship that we think Republicans will actually sign off on, right? But what you can do is reach out, educate people, pass out Know Your Rights red cards. I'm going to be printing my own pink cards. And helping people through education and social media. I love seeing what you guys post. Okay. Advice for law students interested in immigration law. Definitely work under an immigration attorney right now. We need you. And the sad part is that immigration attorneys are getting so burned out right now. They're quitting left and right. And it's hard because we need more help. We need more attorneys to help us right now. And I think it's because they feel like, Trump makes our job very hard. He keeps taking pathways to citizenship and status from our clients, and it's really, really hard. But it'll only last 4 years, then it'll get better. Please work for an immigration attorney, get experience, work with some non-for-profit orgs, and that'll definitely help you and learn Spanish for sure. Okay. It is not risky to do advanced parole right now. I have clients leaving and coming back on advanced parole every day. But if you have a complicated case, schedule like criminal history, that kind of stuff, definitely schedule a consultation with an attorney before leaving just to be safe. Let's see. Thank you, Jen, for the rose. Current student who lives in Mexico but studying in the U.S. as a permanent resident, am I okay? Yes, so as long as you don't overstay or violate the terms of that student visa, like what Elon Musk did when he violated the terms of his student visa, but he got away with it because obvious reasons. Let's not do that. Out of curiosity, where'd you go to law school? TJSL in San Diego. They're not even accredited anymore, so they were back then. Do you think the DREAM Act will pass? I don't know. I'm hopeful because we have a lot of signatures behind it, but the problem is, will Republicans be okay with it? Will they be okay with the TPS portion? That I don't know about. I know they're very hopeful for Dreamers. They're not as supportive for TPS holders, so that's what makes me worry. So I'm trying to work on a separate bill for Dreamers specifically with a different congressman right now, so keep you updated on that. But I'm trying. So let's see. Can people in the States get their papers? Well, that's too broad. Do you think people with asylum should avoid traveling to Puerto Rico? Yes. Yes. You shouldn't be traveling to Puerto Rico at all. When kids are going to Mexico in a car, what do they need to take with them? Your documents, like your visa, your passport. Can you give me your number? It is on the link in my bio, or you can DM me here or on Instagram. Can I get my green card through my job, Girl Scouts of Texas? It'll depend on whether you're here legally or not. How can I get my movement to work with you directly? Movement. Oh, like an org. Reach out to me on Instagram. And then reach out to my manager. I think on my Instagram, she's on my bio. I live in AZ next to the border. I see a lot of border patrol. Why? Fear mongering. What happened to Trump administration if Elon goes bankrupt? Good question. Who knows? Does 245I forgive unauthorized employment? No, but it does forgive an illegal entry. If you apply for a green card through marriage, through U.S. citizen, then unauthorized employment will get forgiven. But make sure not to claim that you're a citizen on your employment paperwork. Okay. Let's see. How safe is it right now for people with work visas? Is it safe to travel in the U.S.? Yes. If your visa hasn't expired, you should have no problems. You're still here on a visa. Trump's okay with that. Can a child fix a parent status after the child turns 21? It'll depend on whether they entered legally or not, or if they have a parent of their own with legal status. Will having been fingerprinted as a child prevent you from adjusting status? No. Depends on why you were fingerprinted, though. Let's see. Hector, thank you for the gift. Let's see. Trying to see if there's some questions that I haven't answered. What are the chances of getting bond once detained in a facility? Depends on how long you've been here, whether you have an immediate relative with legal status that you can prove some kind of hardship on, and your ties to the United States and criminal history. It's not a good time to be committing DUIs probably ever, but definitely not DUIs now if you're here and you're undocumented, right? But this is what ICE is looking for. ICE is basically they're targeting people who have been here less than 2 years, entered illegally, and are here less than 2 years. They have a criminal history or they have a removal order. So if you don't have that, you should be okay. I will tell you that ICE has reached capacity. So I don't think they're going to be doing any raids soon. That's why they're doing all the fear-mongering right now. So if anyone's fear-mongering, it's actually the president, which is just wild. Trying to pause the questions. There you go. Thank you, Salo, for the gift, for the rose. Can I file a VAWA case if engaged but fiance is controlling, or do I have to wait till after marriage? You have to be married for that. Parent, thank you, A. Sanchez and Sarita, for this. Very cool. My husband would love that. If I miss a court date, will the cops come to my house? ICE can technically come to your house. Do I think they will? Depends on your jurisdiction. Definitely consult with an attorney. Is it safe for undocumented people to fly to San Diego or anywhere? I mean, flying right now is a little... I don't know. I mean, I have clients fly all the time and they get away with it. As an attorney, I tell them not to because it's better to be safe than sorry. So no one's entirely safe or without risk being here undocumented, especially under Trump. But I do know that clients are leaving, coming back, leaving and traveling all the time. Now, if you have a driver's license and foreign passport, it kind of depends on what airport you fly to. Thank you, Allison A. Sanchez, for the gifts. Let's see. Marriage first or fiance visa? I don't like fiance visas for most people. That's cute. And that's because fiance visas, they typically take longer. So when you apply for a fiance visa, it's almost the same process as applying for a marriage visa from abroad. But when you come to the United States on a marriage visa, you're automatically granted a green card. You don't have to do anything anymore. When you have a fiance visa and you enter, you then eventually have to apply for a green card. So sometimes I recommend it if you haven't been together long enough. But if you've been together a long time, then a fiance visa would be sort of pointless, and you'll save money and time applying for a marriage-based visa. Thank you for the rose, Fenty baby. That's so cute. These gifts are bougie. Thank you, Leslie. That's cute. Let's see any questions I haven't answered. What is the wait on a work permit after a biometrics appointment? It really depends. There's really no set amount of time. Thank you, Rudy. If DACA expired over a year ago, is there a loophole to get it renewed? No. Unfortunately, if you have a renewal and you waited more than a year, then it's treated as a new application, which are not being accepted right now. Thank you, Genesis, for the rose, and Yahi. I think that's how I said it. For the lightning symbol, that's pretty cool. Oh, my posture is so fucked. This is what I do. I go like this when I work. Can't do this. Thank you. Let's see. Someone asked about what parents can do for their children. This is what you can avoid doing, which I see a lot. If your child is undocumented, as soon as they are ready, please tell them. Please tell them. Because what I see a lot is children applying for a passport thinking that they're citizens their whole life, and then they find out they're not a citizen because their parents lied to them. Please don't do that, because then they might have a false claim to citizenship on a government application. Once you have that, you are permanently barred from getting a green card. Don't bring your kids in and out. You will give them permanent bar. Those are things that you should not do and avoid doing as a parent with a child who's undocumented. Let's see. Thank you for everything you do. You're welcome. Your siblings have to be 21 to get you a green card. Are they deporting everybody or only people with bad records? Not everybody. What they are looking for is people with removal orders and serious criminal history. They're not really deporting randoms, or famous people who are adversary to Trump's beliefs, like with Mahmoud Khalil, and immigration activists. So, I mean, they're targeting people who they don't believe in right now. So if you're just a random person who's undocumented, who's been here longer than 2 years, and you don't have any of that kind of history, probably not. Thank you, Miguel, for the rose. Let's see. I'm trying to pause it. Okay, there you go. Is it more dangerous to travel out of the country now that my 601s have been approved? 601A has been approved. No. It'll depend on your case, though. Thank you, Nicole and Yahi, for the rose. Permanent resident with expunged DUI arrest. Apply for citizenship. So I will tell you right now that expunging anything does not matter when it comes to immigration. Federal government can still see crimes that are expunged, but a DUI should not be a problem if it wasn't within the last 5 years preceding your application for naturalization. So just wait until you have 5 years, right? One DUI is not a problem. I got a client naturalized with 5 DUIs one time. Did not think that would happen, but we did it anyway. We did do it under Trump, too. Trump 1.0, who was a little less deranged. Let's see. Damn it. My light turned off. These things never freaking charge. Well, you guys can still see me, right? Let's see. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome. You're welcome. I do have a YouTube channel, and I'm dedicated to doing very long videos on how to file applications on your own. So if you can't afford an attorney, I'm dedicating my channel to that. So please subscribe. It's at the link in my bio. You guys don't subscribe to me on YouTube, and it makes me upset. So I can't explain things in like 10-second videos, can I? Thank you, Jesse, and stickers, and Isela for the gifts. That's cute. Actually, seriously, join my team. I think we're hiring. Let's see. Trying to pause the questions. Thank you for the gift, Juanita. I'm a green card holder in the U.S. Can I apply for my old parents' visit to U.S. from Pakistan? So you can apply for them for a green card, but for a tourist visa, they would just apply on their own. No chance Trump can stop asylum. I mean, he can make it harder, but he definitely did not stop it last time. But he can't make it any harder to get. It's already impossible to get asylum, basically. What advice can you give a first-year college student who wants to be an immigration lawyer? It's going to be really hard. If you're in it for the money, it's not going to work. But if you believe in it, it is a very rewarding job. Cases take forever to get approved, but man, once you get an approval, it is so worth it because we're actually helping people versus being a corporate lawyer. You don't really help people, right? You just make rich people richer. So being a lawyer is very, very difficult. It's very time consuming and draining. Mentally, it's not very fun. But if you're helping people, I think it's worth every hour of sleep that you miss. But if you want to, you're just in college and you want to help, definitely work as like a legal assistant and work your way up at a firm. That's the best way to get experience. Thank you, Sammy and A. Sanchez, for the gift. Do I think Trump will remove advanced parole? He tried to last time, so I fully expected him to do it this time, but he hasn't. So maybe because he was caught on camera saying that he supported Dreamers, so maybe he doesn't want to look like as big as a hypocrite as he is. But so far, Dreamers can leave and come back in advanced parole. So far, that is not an issue. Do I work with the Adam Walsh Act? Yes. Thank you, American, I think, Dream, for the gift. Cute family. Do you have hope for pardons on those who have been deported? Yeah, absolutely. We do a lot of those. Love your work. Thank you. How did I like law school? I love law school. It was really fun. It was hard, but it was fun. Are there any denial cases you've had? Like I retain people who have been denied and then they hire me for like waivers or appeals. Yes. Besides our immigration laws, what other laws are illegal immigrants allowed to break? I don't know what you mean by that. No, immigrants are not allowed to break any laws, but neither are citizens. My sister's advanced parole got denied. Can she appeal? I would just refile with a lawyer. It depends on why you were denied. Let's see. Any questions I haven't answered? Any countries that don't need an immigration lawyer? You mean cases? I mean, there's certain cases that you could probably file on your own, like a DACA renewal or even advanced parole, but I would definitely at least like consult with an immigration lawyer before leaving and coming back. Or before starting a process, even if you like can't afford a lawyer or you want to do it like on your own, just do the consultation at least so you can know if you're eligible, if you need a waiver, if you know if there's any risk with your case. What do you do if ICE is at your door? You know your rights, so you don't answer. But if you do, you assert your right to remain silent and your right to call an attorney if you have one. You don't have to answer any other questions after asserting those rights. It's very important that you do that immediately. But you have to be compliant. You cannot be like difficult, because then you give them reason or cause to arrest you, which can subject you to deportation under the Laken Riley Act, which is terrifying. So don't get angry, be the bigger person. That's like number one. And also assert your right to remain silent. Always, always, always right to remain silent. What do you mean it's impossible to get asylum? Well, not impossible, but it's very difficult to get asylum. It's like a 95% denial rate. And if you get denied for asylum, you get put in removal proceedings. So consult with an attorney. If an attorney at a consultation tells you no, to asylum, it means they're trying not to risk you getting denied and getting put in removal proceedings. If I tell someone no, it's because I don't want to risk them, right? It's risky. Lawyer said she doesn't recommend AP with current president. Advanced parole is a little iffy. So I think worst case scenario is Border Patrol officials and Homeland Security might confuse all of the recent executive orders with advanced parole. Because, Trump is like firing off orders left and right, telling people that they're not allowed in the country. There's all these travel bans. They closed the CBP One app. Worst case scenario, what I could potentially see happening is you coming back in advanced parole and then being pulled into a secondary where they ask you more questions and to review your documents, but ultimately you will be allowed back in. Now, I had one consultation last month or 2 months ago where someone was actually not allowed back in with advanced parole. She had a removal order. And the judge and the Border Patrol official did not let her in based on that. They actually allowed her in based on asylum instead, and they reopened a removal case. So basically now she has to fight her removal case now. That is very, very rare. I have 99% of the time, I think you'd be allowed back in on a removal order, no problem. And you should be able to fight it at the border. Like if she was my client then, I would have flown down there and fought for her to get allowed back in on advanced parole. The thing is with Trump is that we just don't know. We don't know what he's going to do. Obviously, he does not respect the law. So that's a huge problem that we're dealing with as immigration lawyers, is we go by the law and he doesn't. So Border Patrol officials typically do what he says, right? So definitely consult an immigration attorney. But what I will tell you is that I have clients leaving and coming back on advanced parole every single day. Every day. Like, no problem. Let's see. Please respond. My husband is traveling from Brazil to London, layover in Chicago. Is it safe? It depends on his status. But Chicago shouldn't be a problem. My boss keeps saying Trump is only deporting criminals. Is that correct? No. To have a removal order, you don't have to be a criminal to have a removal order. So, do you think Trump will give green cards to those who graduate college in the future? Doubt it. Highly doubt it. I think he was pretty much full of shit with that promise. How behind are you visas? I think they're taking 7 years right now. So to become an immigration lawyer, you just have to go to 4 years of college, get your bachelor's, 3 years of law school, and pass the bar in whatever state that you live in. Will Texas phase out of DACA or immediately take it away? I don't know. It depends on how USCIS interprets this mandate and if Trump will tell them to abide by it. Can you still help us if we live in Oregon? Yes, I can help you in all 50 states. It does not matter. What's going to happen with an order of supervision? Probably nothing, but it depends on your case. So what's happening with those who came in with CBP 1? It doesn't really... nothing's happening to specifically, but if you entered on parole and TPS and Trump took that away from you, then you're now undocumented unless you had something else pending. Let's see. see if there's any questions I haven't answered. Thank you for the gift, Swifty. Oh, Swifty. For your consultations, are they phone or in person? Because of safety reasons right now, I'm doing like phone and Google Meet because I live in Texas and it's just not safe for me right now. That's crazy, right? But when I open my Orange County office in a couple months, it'll absolutely be in person. Any news on when Trump will answer for DACA? Oh, good question. I don't know any as yet. He's too concerned with deporting people who shouldn't be deported. Does getting Medicaid for my kids affect my husband getting his green card? No. My mom has a work permit. What can she do next? I'll need more information based on that. Do you recommend we fill out that USCIS form to self-report your status? Right now, the form's not even a thing yet, so I'll keep you updated. Can you travel to Puerto Rico on DACA? Yes. I have clients leaving and coming back to Puerto Rico, but it will depend on your immigration history. The only risk is that, like, what if the plane diverts and lands into another country? That's the only risk, right? And that has happened. When am I opening the office in Orange County? So excited. Probably June. I think May or June. But right now we are taking virtual consultations like all over the country, all 50 states. So I do not need to live there, live where you're living to be your attorney for sure. Let's see. The office will probably be in San Clemente. Yay. That's what we're looking. Orange County is mostly red, but it's actually a massive immigration population too. So there's some blue counties. Let's see. How risky is it to travel domestically right now as an undocumented person? It'll depend on where you travel, for sure. DACA is the state of Texas, and the work permit. Can we continue to work as of now? Yes. Fan forever. Thank you. Can I travel with the U.S. with my Mexican passport? If you have a visa, yes, but just the passport alone, no. Why can't you view any details of your U visa on the USCIS website? So it'll depend on how you got the U visa. Sometimes they limit those details, depending on how sensitive the case is. Let me just check my email really quick. Prince Harry's U.S. immigration files due to be released as a deadline. Who cares? Jesus, who cares about Prince Harry? My God. People are dying. So stupid. Okay. DACA with advanced parole is still safe. If you immigrated on a I-600 visa, can citizenship be revoked? You mean N-600? Depend on your answer. What's happening with Ukrainian parolees? Nothing as of now. How long should I wait to start the green card process for my wife? You want to start right away. That would be a good time. If you have DACA, can you get the real ID? It'll depend on the state. Some states are cool with real IDs if you have DACA or if you're undocumented. It'll depend on the state requirements. So I'll do a whole video on that, actually. Wife and I are separated. Oh, my back hurts. The fuck. Not living together. I have 2 kids. Not divorced. Any chance for residency? Well, not through marriage, because your marriage is no longer bona fide. If there's some kind of abuse, maybe VAWA, then you have to look into other avenues. Definitely schedule a consultation with me. The link in bio. Let's see. Is it possible to get my papers if I join the military? I'm trying to make that happen, but right now you need residence to do that. So we're working on a bill for that specifically, a pathway to citizenship through the military. If you have DACA, are you at risk of deportation? No, because you're protected from DACA specifically. I love everything that you're doing for us. Thank you so much. Girl, I'm tired. I don't know how I'm going to do 4 years of this. I am so unbelievably tired. And I don't know if y'all are suffering from this, but I've never suffered from anxiety in my life, and I'm getting like anxiety, like my hair is completely falling out. All of this is fake. And I think it's because I guess every new headline, I'm like, the hell? You know, you don't know what's going to happen to your clients. Why is Trump trying to actively take away everything? It's just sane. Lots of news about residents being detained at the border, afraid to travel with my wife, green card. If you have a green card, then you're okay. Let's see. Getting married first to do a K-1 visa, definitely marriage-based visa. Do you have any tips going for university and do law? I'll do a whole video on that, but basically, I mean, you just have to study really, really, really hard and get some work experience, because law school doesn't really teach you the practice of law. It's more theoretical. So working for a firm, for sure. You've been having terrible anxiety since your husband got detained. God, I bet. I am so sorry. Is there any news about the alien registry soon to stop that from happening? Oh, the lawsuit? No, but I'll post one if I do know, if I find out. Yeah, I bet you have anxiety every day your husband leaves the house. I mean, that's just nuts. That's just insane. If you can afford to live, if you're undocumented and you can afford to live in a state that's not red, I would recommend doing that. I mean, I'm doing that purely based on the experience that my husband has had and my kids have had being Latino in Texas. And they're documented, so I can't even imagine being undocumented and living in a red state. Let's see. Do you think we can do our own 618 without a lawyer? I don't think it's impossible. It's just a lot of work. I'm more concerned about the legal portion of it. So, like, if you're not eligible for it, don't file. Schedule a consultation with an attorney just to see if you're eligible first before doing it on your own. I'm an evidence-heavy attorney, so we usually submit minimum 100 pages of evidence before filing a 601A. So the more evidence, the better. Asylum is taking a very, 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 very long time. Let's see. What if I waved in through the border, but I entered with my sister's U.S. citizen passport? Well, if it's not documented, then you don't have a false claim to citizenship. But if you're waved in, you could potentially agree that you're waved in and argue that you're eligible for adjustment of status. But honestly, I would definitely do a FOIA to see if that entry was recorded at all. Because if there's a false claim to citizenship, then you don't want, not a good idea. Face card serving, oh my God, thank you. I got this pink under eye stuff because I just look like shit so much. So often, but it looks good, right? It's the Huda Beauty under eye powder or whatever. I love it. I have anxiety. I'm a naturalized citizen. I can't imagine what immigrants are feeling. It's not right. I know. It sucks. I just think about my clients. I'm on the phone with them sometimes in the middle of the night. My husband's so cool about it, and I'm just and I hate not being able to say you know what? The president's cool. He's full of shit. I don't. It's horrible, but that's why that's why you hire attorneys to fight for you, right? That's why there's a legal system, because Trump is not above the law, and even Supreme Court justices are proving that day and every single day that he cannot get above the law and he can't get around it. So luckily Biden appointed 240 federal judges or something like that, and all those judges are putting Trump in his place. Let's see. Oh, my back hurts. Why does my back hurt? Okay, no DACA update as of yet. How do you hire me? You go to the link in my bio, and you can schedule a consultation on your own, or you can DM me. I think it's my posture, because I just sit at a desk all day. And I don't take care of myself. Let's see. I am a lawyer in Dallas, Texas, if you're looking for one, but actually I can help you wherever you live. Thank you, Jack and Jessica, for the gifts. If you lost your EAD, you can just file an application, an I-90 with USCIS, and ask for a replacement. success rate for parole. I mean, I've never had a parole case get denied. Please answer if you did. Can hear you. Thank you for the gift, Alfredo. I'm starting to miss Sleepy Joe. Me too. Although I feel like he didn't do enough, but he's a lot better than what you have now. Is AP safe if you overstayed initial entry? Yes, that shouldn't be an issue for you for advanced parole. Advanced parole, I'm having clients leave and come back in advanced parole every single day. So far, until Trump takes it away, it's not a problem. We want to start a petition through my husband. Can you work with us even if I'm in San Diego? Absolutely. I will come visit you in San Diego just so I can go to San Diego. I can help you in all 50 states. Do you recommend lawyer be present for the N for 100 interview this year? It'll depend on your case. I'm a lot more present for interviews for my clients, depending on their cases, just so I can be there. But a lot of the times I'm not necessary, so it'll depend. Thank you, Patricia, for the rose. Let's see. What? How do I feel about trans rights? I'm an advocate for trans rights. I'm a Democrat all the way. Don't forget to stretch. You're right. I need to stretch and sleep more than 3 hours a day. Do you think there is a high hopes to get accepted for parole in place and apply with an Army child and 21 plus? Yes, I love military parole in place is definitely a thing. Definitely. He will not probably take away military parole in place ever. Okay. Do you think 2021 TPS will get extended before it expires? I absolutely do not think that Trump will extend any TPS. He's very anti-helping anyone, so why would he choose to do that when he's taken away TPS for so many people? Like when he took away TPS from the Venezuelans and they all supported him. That was crazy. He's going to take it away from probably everybody else. Safe to travel to Puerto Rico depends on your case, but mostly yes. If you're getting deported right now, is there still a way to fight your case? Yes, absolutely. Clients are hiring me every single day to fight their case in deportation cases. And this is the best part, silver lining. Trump just fired so many immigration judges and immigration officials that cases are going to get really slowed down in immigration court, which means you might not even have your day in court until Trump's no longer president. Then we'll have a Democratic president. And then they'll probably incite new orders and tell judges to dismiss cases that don't need to be there. So might work out, but definitely hire an attorney. Let's see. Damn it, I have to go. No green card freeze. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think you could ever make that happen as much as Trump wants to. Is it safe for green card holders going to Mexico for a short trip via plane? You're a permanent resident? Yes, unless you have a removal order, criminal history, you obtained your green card through fraud, your removal conditions application was not approved. There's a lot of ifs. I'm sorry, but you schedule an attorney with a consultation with an attorney. We can go over whether it's safe. Can I fly to Florida with my passport? If you're undocumented, I don't like Florida. I don't like red states right now. So if you're undocumented, I think if you're going to travel to a blue state. They're typically more fun to travel to anyway. Don't you want nature? Go to the West Coast. Or you go to the East Coast, where blue states like Massachusetts, where everyone's significantly smarter. Definitely go there. Will they start processing DACA applications that were on hold? I don't know. It'll depend on, thank you for Colorful for the Rose. It'll really depend on, when it comes to DACA, it'll really depend on whether USCIS will acknowledge the mandate, and that'll come from Trump. Let's see. Green card's about to expire. Should I be applying for renewal or citizenship? I mean, you definitely want both. Definitely apply for both. Your husband has court. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck to him. If you have a good attorney, then you should not worry. We are still winning deportation cases all the time. There are still judges that are fair and advocate for the law and are on our side. Yeah, it's crazy that it hasn't been 3 months and it's already exhausting, right? Don't know how the next 4 years are going to go for me and my marriage or my mental health or any of you guys. it's just crazy. But you know what I am seeing, which is like positive? I'm seeing a lot of immigrants come together, educate each other, reach out to their congressmen the way they weren't reaching out to them during Biden. Like, I didn't see anyone really advocate for immigration reform during Biden because we were lax. We were okay with it. Now we're advocating a lot more. So that's the silver lining, right? Thank you for that. Okay. How long does I-130 take to get approved? Can range anywhere between 2 and like 6 months. Is getting wisdom teeth a valid reason for an expedite request? Probably not. Is it normal for a FOIA request to take over 10 months? Yes. And that is because these officers, these offices like Border Patrol, sometimes they only have like 20 or 30 agents. So it's taking a very long time. And Trump is firing them left and right. So, no update on Visa U. It's still the same process. Can someone who got deported from Canada get residency in the United States through a child plus 21? Potentially, depends on why you got deported. You're definitely going to want to file a waiver. Okay, I have to pick up my kids. So, I might be back on live tonight. But if you want to schedule a consultation with me, go to the link in my bio or DM me. I can help you in all 50 states. You don't need to live in Texas. No one needs to live in Texas. Okay, bye.